All right, so I am in Tableau's space for dashboards and reports, right? So let's say I clicked on like an executive sales weekly dashboard. Okay. Um, what I could do is go, I think this is coming where you have the agent right here. That or it's in beta. So in the future, you'll actually be able to use this at the dashboard level. You can't right now, to my knowledge, or if you can, it's part of a beta program. So the agent, as Tableau calls, they call it Tableau Agent, looks like this little Einstein logo. If I come and edit a Tableau dashboard, if I go to a new worksheet, all right, so I've got all my data elements. All right, let's say I was new to Tableau though. I didn't know what I was doing. I could come up here and find the little agent, right? So I would say it could do these three things. It can build a viz, filter and sort data, and create calculated fields. So the build a viz might be, can you show me sales by category? And what it'll actually do if this works is that it'll plot those fields into Tableau so that you can see that visually. It'll also make an assumption. It'll just put it as a bar chart most likely, right? So what it's done is from a blank canvas, put category and sales up onto the shelf, and it builds a little technology view, or it builds a category view. Now it could go more intensive with that. It could do a more complicated view, but a user could also come over here and say, I want to make this heat map instead. And it just gets them started. That's the idea. It like helps them kind of get going, right? Without having any knowledge. The second thing it can do is create a calculated field. So if I said, can you build a formula to show YTD sales? So year to date sales, that would actually be if you just wanted to have like a measure that you use all the time that just shows from the beginning of the year till now what sales are. That's actually the logic you would use to do that. Now you could put a filter on, but this is kind of nice because you can use it over and over and over again with no filters, and it becomes a new calculated measure, and it builds that formula, and you can apply it, and it shows up in your data set. And this will actually be blank because it's not pulling from the right date. But if I swapped it, this is a static date. So if I put in this order date, we should have data, and it should be correct. So $346,000, right? This is a fake data set. So it can do those two things. It could also do some filtering. I am actually excited about this. And in the future, we should be able to use it in the dashboard. So I'm looking at this whole dashboard that filters and does crazy stuff. And I could pop it out and say, hey, what were sales like last year? And it just gives me a number. That is what we presume is coming, right? Conversational analytics.